Hello again, and welcome back to this beautiful island of ours. So, we're left off here gazing on the product of our continued puzzle solving. That mountain is starting to look colorful up there. I forget, I think we have 7 lasers to do in total, if I'm remembering correctly. So we're getting there. We're chipping away. But last time, we hung around in the shadows back here, and we got to find our little, like, title card gate, and that was really fun. But I've been thinking in my time away, because I do a lot of thinking about this game. In case you didn't know, I'm quite fond of this game. So I believe, my friends, that I contemplated heading for the castle. That is an option. I would like to do the castle at some point, but more than the castle, I really want to figure out how to work those yellow squares we ran into at the quarry. And I believe we saw some of those over this way. Yes. I want to know what these do. This is a personal curiosity of mine. So, we're going to start here. We're going to take a look at this. Why does this or does this not work? That doesn't work. Does this work? That does. Okay. Does this work? It does. Does this work? It does. Okay, so I'm starting to think. I am starting to think that it is what I had surmised about, like, forming tetrominos with the cells that the squares occupy. Okay, but I have a curiosity. Can we rotate them? Because if we do this, this is like a 3-block L shape, as is displayed, but it's just rotated. That doesn't work. So it needs to be a part of the shape. Specifically like that. How interesting. Okay, and so with this one, we would want to do it like this, because that leaves us a little 2x2 square. Yes. How interesting. How interesting. Okay. How do we do this one? How do we do this one, actually? If we can't rotate it, then we can't ever, like, okay, let me put the line away. We can't ever have this be the top of it, because the way that this line is broken means that we can't, like, close it off. So we could have it be this sort of shape right here. These 4 cells. In theory, how would we do that? Actually, how do we? No, I don't think we could. I think we would need it to be on the bottom, because how would we close it off, right? So if we come this way, we go up and we go around and we come down like this. Can we just take that up to the end? I think we can. I think that works. Yes, okay. I'm understanding it now. I think this just is suitable. Yeah. I still have questions in my head about the puzzle at the quarry, though. Because at the quarry, it felt like there just wasn't a suitable amount of space for the shapes that we needed to make. But oh. Well, how are we? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why does that work? Huh? Can they interlock? Since we have like a 3-block L shape here, and we have the 1-block individual. If we have adjacent squares, can they... Is that what this is teaching us? So like, since we have the 2x2 square down on the bottom, and we have a 1x2 up top, can we turn that into a 2x3? Okay. Can we still do that when it's offset like this? We can. How interesting. And if we do this, does this do it? No. Okay, further question. What if we just did this? No. Is it still just a 2x3? How interesting. How interesting. Okay. And so this one... How does this work? Like this? Okay. So if they they can occupy the same division of a grid, it looks like, as long as you can piece them together in a way that makes them geometrically like congruent. So for this one, like, I think we could do this because it doesn't technically close off each of them separately, but they're connected in such a way that I think that they obey their rules. That's so fascinating, actually. That is incredibly cool. Okay. And like, how can we effectively close off this in the center? I don't know of a way that we can. Because we can't, like, do... You know, we can never do a full loop like that. So what do we do about this in the middle? Actually kind of really a stumper immediately. Color me intrigued. Okay. What can we do about this? Because, like, this obviously rectifies that issue. Like, the vertical threes are very easy to get. But the horizontal is, like, all but impossible? I don't know what to do about that. What is there to be done about that? I mean, that certainly isn't it. Because there's, yeah, what is the deal with this? Because we established that they can't be rotated, correct? Correct. I just want to find, like, a theoretical world in which that is functional. Oh, wait a minute. We need to, yeah, it doesn't need to be centralized in the piece that it's in, of course. So you can make it a detachment from that vertical piece. Yeah. Perfect. Where did that cord go? Where is that going? You. What is happening? It looks like there's another cable? take a look around a little bit. Let's see what's over there. The red structure. Oh, that's close. Perhaps I am just missing something. Unless we can get down there. No, I mean, it feels like that's where we're meant to start. So, okay, we can do this. That one's not obstructed. Cool. Okay, well, let's head back. It's not heading back. What am I missing here? I'm standing on this puzzle. So I need to do this backwards so that it draws the yellow tiles across the waterway. That is insane. That's so cool. Is this a line I can draw on? Sure is. Oh, but the shadows. What if I obstruct the shadows? No. I don't know, things are happening. What is going on actually with these shadows? Okay. I'm assuming that's probably something that we could have taken care of on the other side, but we'll think about that at a later time. Okay. So what's going on over here? This is fascinating. What are you? You're like an engine of some sort, it looks like. A pump, perhaps? That we need to power, maybe? A gate that we cannot seem to open from this side? Okay. Let's go on up. Okay. So this is interesting. I'm going to do this. Oh, wait, how would I do this? I want to do something like okay, wait, actually, is that just the solution? No. Okay. How does that work then? Can we ever get 4 in a row? Because I thought we established that the path breaks like interrupted it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. So what do I need to do here? I think we go up here and then come down. And then we can block off sort of... Ooh, no. Because it needs to be... Actually, wait, how does that work? These need to be 3 high, and this needs to be 4 across. So, can we make, like... Can we, like, subdivide the... How on earth does this work? Like, can we add them together? Is the question that I'm trying to ask, I suppose. Like, if we have the straight 4 across, because the grid is only 4 long, and then so we would have 2 going up into the straight 4 across, and then like an extra one on top of it to accommodate for the 3 tall pieces? Question mark? The question then is, how do we do that? Like, this is the kind of shape that I'm thinking. right? But how could we ever create that shape and end at the top? What if we come around? No, because, like, we need to, like, close it off somehow? Oh, this is interesting. Oh my gosh. I don't have a lot of thoughts to verbalize here. I'm just kind of, like, left looking at this, perplexed. Like, that doesn't do anything for us. I am curious. I don't think there's a way for me to even find that out. I was curious to see how, like, this isn't going to be anything, but hmm. We must have this fan. Oh, wait, right. I suppose. Yeah, wait a minute. We established that it doesn't need to, like, exist on the same. The shape that you're making of the squares doesn't need to be centralized on the space with the squares on it. It just needs to assemble into a uniform piece of geometry with those blocks as the foundation. So we don't need to have the 4 across there in line with the 4 across, which means that we could come around this way. And then we would have the 4 block down on the bottom and 2 3 blocks on top of the 4 block. Yes. And we are faced with this again. Can we do something like this? No, that doesn't work. Something like this. Does this work? Because we have the 4 block across the bottom and the 2 3s on either side of the puzzle? Sure does. Okay. This one. Okay. That's a 4 block. And then we have this 2 block and this 1 block. So the 4 would need to be. These can never, like, occupy any other sort of, like, they can't ever span the y-axis, right? So we have to think about where in the grid the 4 block structure is going to be. If it matters necessarily. I mean, I think we, like, what do we do about this? Let's say we do something like this. No. Yeah, because it does still need to embody those squares. Oh, that's a little trickier than surmised, now that I think about it, isn't it? So what if we do, like, this, and then we do this, and then we come all the way down here. So we have the 2 jutting off on the bottom, and the 1 jutting off in the middle, and then we have 4 blocks tall, and then we can just go up? No, because the 4 block is not. Of course. Of course. How do we do this, actually? Wait a minute. We would need to, like, these need to be separate, don't they? At least some of them do. I think the 1 and the 4 need to be together. So let's do the 2 block down here, and then let's come up. No, we can't come up that way. Most curious. Okay. Okay, how do we make this happen? Because if we want to join the 1 block and the 4 block, it needs to be something like, you know, just for example's sake. Actually, could we ever? I don't know that we could ever do that. How do we make this happen? Wait, it could be if we come all the way up to the top and then go all the way back up and do this. We have the 4 block straight up the middle with the 1 block on top of it and the 2 block next to it. Yes. Okay. Clever. Okay. This guy, there's just so many things here. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I truly, truly do not. Um, so this is always going to be like this kind of shape. This doesn't ever rotate. And since it's like, oh my god, okay, hold on, hold on. This is like actually a nightmare in like spatial visualization. It's really hard to properly talk about. Let me observe for a moment. Is there any way to, like, can we form like a solid block out of these? I don't think so. Even if we did, they're very far away from each other. And so I'm not sure how we could properly manage to do that. I feel like we are essentially playing tag with all of these squares. And I don't know how to really get to all of them. Like, they're just all so far from each other. I feel like going up from here is like, I feel like we don't go straight up from this one, because if we go straight up from this one, I don't really see a way to comfortably, like, we just don't have enough span. Let's say, let's lump these two together and maybe do like a large L shape in the corner. What can we do from here? Because we have those 3 tri-blocks like laid up for us. And then I think we can just loop around the top, and that will just bring a, because that puts the sideways L shape up in the top right corner, and we use the additional 2 blocks to extend this. Like, this is the most outrageous sort of, oh my goodness gracious. What are you? I don't know how I feel about you. How do I feel about you? Okay, I mean, if we do this straight up, we have our 4. Um, but then we like literally never have the ability to do either of those other things. So let's do, oh my goodness gracious, how do we do this? What if we went like this? And then we were stuck here forever. What if we went like... What if we went like this? And then we were stuck here forever. I'm like, my brain really wants to start this way. Okay, wait. We could do this. No, we couldn't. We could do... We could do this? Question mark? No? Yes? No. I think this shape needs to be in this corner, either that or this, you know, the line. Because or sorry, this shape needs to be in this corner. Because if it's this shape, then there isn't enough space to like close off and do that properly. So let's say we go up 4 this way, right? But then that just we go up 4 this way. Nope. So if we go up 4 off of 1, okay. Up 4 this way. That just doesn't work though, because then it doesn't reach. I am so perplexed. What are we doing here? Okay. I think I found like my bane. Something about this is just not kind to my mind. Perhaps I'm obsessed with getting them all together. And maybe this is an instance where we do not do that. If we do this, we have those 2 shapes made, and then we can just loop back around here. Okay. There's a time and a place, right? Like this, I believe. Oh shoot, actually, how do we hold up? I think this works. No, it doesn't. Why would I think that works? We would want to like, you know, if they were all one thing, we would want it to be like this sort of shape, but I don't think that that's ever possible. So maybe we don't need it to be all one thing. But if we do this, then that basically never... Oh, boy. Okay. Let's think about, like, coming up this way. Is there ever a time to do this? Like, my mind wants us to do a maneuver like that, where we cut in and then cut back out, but then there's just kind of no way to get here. Oh, you know what? We can do it the other way. Can't we? Does that help us in any way? Because, like, yeah, no. No, wait a minute. I can't do it that way. Wait, what am I talking about? I think I'm just doing it incorrectly, and that's the problem. No, we still can't. Wait a minute. Can we invert them? So we would do like this, and then we would have the 4 tall block on the far left side, and then the 2 L's like mirroring each other. What's going on down here? It's very pretty over there. I am excited to get over there to where the mangrove trees are and everything. It feels like there would be something down here. An audio log or any of that sort of thing. Perhaps not. Okay. Oh, and this is the boat. Oh. Did we access this? No, we're on the other side, aren't we? Aren't we? Yeah. I see. Okay. This feels like a shortcut, question mark? I'm gonna double back. Well, this is interesting. I assume this is to navigate between these two platforms as well. Also, probably for the sake of getting some of those lines underwater. Yeah, okay. I am going to, as mentioned, double back to where we were. Because we opened this gate down here. Yeah, you. Okay. I mean, I would assume we just close off the whole darn thing. In this one, again, I assume we can just make a 2x2. Okay. 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 Let us do maybe something like this. Yep. Easy, easy as pie. That's a 3 long, like, joint. Then we have, like, oh my gosh. That's 2 spaces in between 2 1x2s, it looks like. This guy right here. So we need something to bridge the gap. Let's try... Oh, we need something to bridge the gap as well as something to actually fetch the thing, don't we? So let's do... If we do something like this, right? How are we looking? Not good. What if we just do this? What kind of spaces are we occupying? Like, we have the corner filled. We have the 3x3. No. Okay, this is really a thing, isn't it? We would need to do what about this? How does this feel? Because we have the 2 blocks on either side, on the far sides, and then we have the 3x3, like, or the 3 long, 3 tall L joint. Oh no, I think we're almost there. We just need to cut off this square, and then I think that is good. Yes. Yay. You're tilted. Does that mean you can go in any orientation? Okay. Great, fantastic, awesome. That's backwards. There we go. Okay. Oh, jeepers. So these can sort of coexist to form this shape, can't they? Yes, they can. Now this one is just a matter of finding a place to fit it. Okay, judging by the breaks in the path, we're going to either need to come up this way or over this way. which means that we could go like this, I believe. Yep, easy enough. That's fun. That's very fun, actually. Okay, what did this go power? More of you. Oh, this sucks, actually. When you add the freedom of rotation into it, that it complicates things massively. Okay, so having a 4 long means that that's like a pretty good source of our verticality. Let us, what if, okay, no, oh my goodness gracious, oh gosh. Oh geez. Okay. What if we do something like, I can't bridge that. No. Okay. What if we don't do something like that, I suppose? What if we do something like, uh, oh no, oh no. Okay. Is there any way that this ever like works out in our favor? I don't think so. This is a nuisance right here with this little break. It it certainly makes me feel like it's something that we just sort of like come through and finish. And given the orientation of the block that like down here, it makes me think that this is our like 4 long. So if that's our 4 long, then how do we ever work that out? Because we have this, but we can't like, if we have this shape here, we can't ever wait. Wait a minute. Okay, hold up. If we go like this, does that do us any good actually? No, I don't think that does do us any good. I was gonna say that this would be, we could treat like, we could have our little corner piece down here on the L-shaped block, but don't believe that helps us in any way, shape, or form. Because if we do that, then we just wind up with like shorter height. Oh no. Oh no. I just don't know. It's like if we come over the top for this, we basically have to separate it into its own thing. And then can we ever do something? Actually, wait, can we do, oops, is this suitable? This is suitable because then we have the little corner piece up in the nook. And then we have, yeah, I think so. That does in fact work. Okay. This is another circumstance where I have to just kind of be aware, I guess, of when to have things together and when to have things separate. This is a nuisance. How do we manage this? Oh, yeah, those diagonal adjacencies are a real pain in the neck, aren't they? So, if we ever came up here for this one, that's a 4 tall L piece. Like, we do come across this way. We have this little L here. How could we make do with those little diagonal squares? we could, because if we do this L, we would need to find a way to get the L, the actual for real L, which I don't know if we do start with the L here. Because I don't think that having the diagonals actually occupied like their own space is a good idea, on account of the fact that like we can't really close them off cleanly. I think we need to like merge them with another shape. There's not a shape to particularly cleanly merge them with. I feel like if they were to merge with a shape, it would be the T shape, which makes me feel like I need to come up this way. If I come up this way, I don't think there's any way to extend the L in any sort of way that, yeah, because that's only 3 long. Well, if I do this, then we have our T shape at the top end of this little division, and then we have the diagonal squares like that. And then what can I do with the L? Can I just come up and make its own individual? We can make, yeah, okay. I think, right? Yes. Okay. We got more breaks in the path, which is a nightmare. So what do we do about this? What do we do about it? We have our little 6-pack here. This could go, you know, either way. This could go vertically or horizontally. If it does go horizontally, we're looking at like separate shapes. If it goes vertically, we're looking at merging shapes. In which case we'd probably want to go like this. But then how would we... Well, wait a minute. We do it vertically. Does that not just... Is that not just winning? Because we create like... Yeah, we mash both of those L's together to make like a 2x4 grid up top. Okay. This... We could technically use those diagonal squares to make a 2x3 rectangle. Is that something that we want to do? I don't know. There's also that singular square up top that's really like daunting to me. Okay. If we didn't use them to make a rectangle, what would we do? That is the other question. Because we could, like, you know, just as a example of thought, we could use it to make, like, this kind of shape with the L shape, which is strange, and I don't think necessarily serves us any purpose. But what purpose would the little 6-pack serve us as well? We could do... If we come up from the... Oh, okay, wait a minute. What if we do this? Is that not just winning? Because then we mash the diagonal squares into that 6-pack that's centralized. No, that's not just winning. But I think it could be. No. Wait. No, yes, no, I think it is just winning. Because we have the 3 long L shape in the bottom right corner, and then the little 6-pack smashed into the center, and the one... Oh no, we need that dot up at the top, though. I'm a silly goober. I'm a silly goober bean. Okay, how do we? If we... Oh, how do we do that? I just feel like we're... We can never sweep around this side, because if we sweep down this way, then we're stuck. Which leads me to believe that we kind of like need to do what we're gonna do like this way. Okay, well we can rotate any direction that we want. That's something that I need to remember. So if we have our little 3 long L shape here, then we can, what can we do with this? We have like this shape. That's technically the little 6-pack, right? But that's not really doing us any good. How do we rope you in here, little buddy? How do we do that? Okay, let's try starting with like the 6-pack. What if we do this and then we loop around this way? No, there's no shot on that one because then we just have dot. What if we what if we what if we did this 6-pack this way? Yeah, that's like so close, but it's just barely not. Also, we violated our own little rule of not going up top there. Oh my gosh. The tetrominos. I've been at this for an hour. I looked at the recording clock and I was like astonished to see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I feel like this feels nice to me because it leaves us this gives us a good entryway to finish with. Because then we can loop around the side and then we can come up around the top. But the question is like, how? Like the 6-pack in the middle doesn't work. We need to get around to this side. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm seeing the code. If we editor me, I'm gonna need you. If we do one of the little diagonal squares like vertically up the center, and then we do the other one like horizontal, like laid down, interlacing, we can make this weird sort of shape, and then the singular block juts out to the ends to grab the other. That, yeah, that way. It does that. We got there, friends. We made it. What on earth is happening in here? A blue square? What do you do? What do you mean? I know not what you want from me. I actually have no idea. I 100% have no clue what this means. And it's like a very simple grid. Is it subtractive? I think that's what it is. So each blue square eradicates a portion of yellow squares. That's insane. Okay. Does that apply for every set of squares? And so Would 4 2x2s turn into 2 2x2s? No? Question mark? So what if we just did this? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. We will do this. I think that should do it. Okay, so that's crazy. Let's go track down where this is going. Aha! That powered the other generator over this way. Okay. What goes on in here? What in... That's not a circle. What in the world is this? What are you... Huh? Oh, that's the bridge. Is there a reason that we'd want to change that? I don't know. Beats me. Anyway, cool. Let's do... Oh. That's not the way to do it. What is the way to do it? I mean, we need to, like... eliminate one of the... Like, it's only 4x4. We can't fit these together without chopping one off the end or one off the top. The question is, like... How do we do that? I guess we can... No, we sure can't. It feels a lot like we need to, like, come up from that set of squares in order to get to the top. Oh, wait, what if we do this? Yes, okay. Similar, but different. What if we do this? Cool. Well, uh, okay. How do we want to do this? I could do... No, I don't think I can. What if I, like... came up? What if I... Nope, that doesn't work, does it? I'm not sure if I want to, like, if I should be thinking about using the blue square. I say it like it's a consumable resource, like I have to choose where to use it, but you know, just for the sake of visualizing. I don't know if I'm aiming to subtract a piece from the long, the 4x4. If I do, what if I... No, that wouldn't work. Actually, wait. No, that definitely would work. I don't know what I'm talking about. What if we do... Oh gosh, that's just so tricky. Like, I like the look of having just the L without the part that juts off at the top, but there's no way to, like, remove that and have the 4x4 fit. Actually, wait. No, because if we go aside to get the blue, then that... Oh, these are just a nightmare. That's what these are. That's what these are. Because I'm like, I want to do that, but then we kind of disrupt the whole operation by going out of our way for that. That being said, no, I don't think that ever works. Okay. Oh, this puzzle drives me to drink. Not alcohol, but I am thirsty. Uh, I'm really, like, the more I think about it, the more I want to chop off one of the nubs on this. I've been looking at chopping off the top one because, like, if you go like this and you have, like, a sort of L shape, that makes sense. What if we... What if we, like... If we envision... Actually, wait, is it... Nope, because we're not getting that. Oh. What if we do... What if we come up around this way? What if we come up around this way? Does this ever do anything for us? If we come down here... No. If we do this, though? Actually, wait, what if we do this? Does this do it? Yeah, that does it. Okay. Okay, we're removing 2x2 of squares. And how do we fit these together in which that's even possible? Actually, must we remove a 2x2 or must we remove 4 squares? I assume that we must remove a 2x2. In which case, like, if we did something like this, then that would be like the 2 bottom corner L's having their, like, ends cut off, right? And then... Is that helpful to us in any other way? We could have, like... What if we just did this? No. Okay. My thought being, like, yeah, but there's no way to, like, get them to geometrically coexist in a way that there would be a 2x2. Okay. So we're looking for a way to have there be a 2x2, I think. Which would look like either these two back to... Oh. Is that... Like, if we had just, like, this, and then we had it come up like this. Okay, there we go. Wow, look at what in the world. Okay, cool. How do we ever make this function? Like, we need to find a way to cleanly... Because, I mean, we can zigzag across the side to get things, right? However, that's kind of a nightmare. So... Oh, okay. Okay. What if we... If we eliminate parts of that T block, we can kind of, like, get it to fit into the other blocks? Actually, yeah. I think that's an amazing idea. If we eliminate the center block of that T block, we can get it to kind of slot into... Oh, wait, is that an amazing idea? Am I cooking or am I just losing my mind? I think I'm losing my mind. Let's try to execute something here, because I can't really explain it properly. So, my idea is, we come in like this. No. We come in like this. and we loop around here, and we go, we do, we do this? Is this, no? No, that's not it. I don't know what I'm cooking. I thought I was cooking, but I think I think I haven't cooked. I like the idea of finding a way to get the T block to like slot in. I think the answer is just like where it does that. Like, because if we take out the middle block of the T block, we can get it to go like, and then fill in this whole 2x3 section up here. But then that leaves the problem of the rest, naturally. We also could have it fill in like, you know, oh my gosh, the checkerboard is just a nightmare, isn't it? Maybe I'm not looking to remove anything from the T block, and I'm looking to remove things from the checkerboard to fit it in. I kind of jive with removing that bottom right corner just because it's very out of the way and annoying. And if we do that, then we could just do this. And we could remove the like central space from the check, not the central, I don't know, I'll highlight it, you know, I'm sure I've got this. And then the T block can sit there, and I think that works. It does. I probably did an exceptionally poor job of explaining it, but it worked. It did. Oh, I think I understand why I would want to move the platform now. I think if I get the red closer, I can use it to construct the line. Once this fills in, I believe. Am I correct? Would you like to treat me to a line? You're thinking about it. You are definitely thinking about it. There. Okay. I'm assuming that has opened up another layer for us to go and delve into. This one? Yep. Does this take us under? It does, I assume. It's kind of spooky. Okay, so I'm assuming we just do nothing with that. Yeah. Similarly, yeah, okay, that works. How did we go about this, actually? How do we go about this? Okay. It looks like when they like equal out, it doesn't matter. Right? Like, so if we do this, since there are 3 blues and 2 yellows, it just straight up doesn't matter. But that being said, is that okay? Like, can we just ignore that last blue, or do we need to interact with it? No, we do need to interact with it, which is kind of problematic, actually. So we can do this, and then that, like, solves that problem. But I don't, oh. Maybe we in fact want to find a way to, yeah, maybe we want to do this and then just have the square like delete itself from existence. Yeah, okay, okay. And what do we have here? We have enough to cleanly eradicate both things, assuming we divvy them up properly. And given the fact that we can't just cut straight through the middle, thanks to this little break here, I'm assuming we need to find a way to... What do we need to find a way to do? Do we need to find a way to get, like, a 2 and a 1, as well as, like, a 3 and a 1 on the... on different sides of the line? So, like, does this work? That doesn't work, because they're blockaded. Okay. Because we can't just... We can never have just, like, the 3. We also can never have them all in the same spot, or in the same division, as far as I can tell. So how would we even... What happens if we have too many? It looks like it doesn't like that either. There needs to be a yellow square for each blue square. So... Okay. Okay. What do we do about this? That's an excellent question, isn't it? Truly, truly an outstanding question. Because there's no way... Those breaks are just in the most inconvenient location possible to make anything happen. I don't see a way to... like... I don't see a way to ensure that both of those are deleted. Unless I'm just dumb? Like... Because we need yellow squares for the blue squares. And there are precisely an amount of blue squares to like satisfy all of the yellow squares. And given that this is that way and not this way, we would need this to pair with the 2x2. And that's just like exceptionally difficult to do. Because there's no way to leave like an open path, as far as I can tell. Like this feels so close to working, but it's just not quite. How does one go about leaving precisely... Like, I need like a little avenue for the square, but I can't even make a little avenue because of the breaks in the path. How does this work? Freshly hydrated. Like, I need... Okay. I keep coming this way. Is there any merit to... Well, I need the square and the 2 separate. So, like, there needs to be a line here. At which point... Oh, can I just make a big U? Oops. Actually, yeah, that works. That works? That does work. Okay. Okay. It's so pretty out here. Thank goodness. Okay. We are in the little hut. Uh Okay, that actually scared me. So we can lower. I see. Okay, okay. Neato. I think we want to, or at least I would like to, eliminate these two? Did I not do that right? Why didn't I do that right? Why doesn't that work? Oh, it did. Oh, I wasn't standing far enough back. Whoops. My bad, my bad. Oh, because I need to actually, like, ensconce the... Yeah. Okay. Actually, how can I... Oh, there's a little thing down there, too. Is there one over here? No. Can I... Can I... Can I... Can I make this happen from here? No, it doesn't seem like it. But how do I get over there? 'Cause this isn't... Oh, maybe if I drop down here... Oh, but I can never eliminate these spaces because that's where this is. So what if I come over here? Actually, I don't even know how I would begin to eliminate these two spaces. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. So just take me back down here. Right. And then... Oh, maybe I can, like, make a little path. How about that? Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Nope, I can't take out that corner because that's where the thing is. How do I do this? And there's a wall there. Okay, wait. Wait. If I come down here and I go like this, that lets me go back this way. Can I do you through there? No. But now I can do... Now I can... Now you... Now when you... I can do this. And now... I can do this. And now we can go up here. I don't know what's up here. But I know there's like a gate, question mark. Oh, this is the laser. Okay. I didn't actually realize that that's where we were headed. I thought this was heading to the gate that took us back up to the mountain. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm waiting so patiently. Hello? Sir? Okay, there you go. You gotta get some major gun elevation on that one. Yeah, it's tipping. There we go. Heck yeah. Okay. Well, that's that one. That was actually pretty cool. I really liked that one. It was a fun area. Let's do this again, but backwards. And I would like to, before we end off, me back, please. Before we end off for today, I want to go check. There's, like, you know, the other path on the spinny platform here that I'm assuming takes us to the gate that I was thinking of. Actually, I don't... Oh, it's coming out of a tree. How cool. I don't know where that gate is, but we'll, you know, we'll check it out. I want it to go blue to purple. Which I think we would do like this. No. Oh, I need to do it like one step at a time. I understand. Apologies, I'm getting ahead of myself. What? Do I need to do it? Do I need to do it like this? I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta be so for real with you right now. I just want to make the platform turn. Like, right now it's between blue and black. And I want it between blue and pink. Right? I understand that black is left out of this equation. That's because I don't want it to be pointing that way anymore. What happens if I just do something else? What if I make an L shape like this? Then those two were... I'm perplexed. I just wanted to go over there. Do I need to like we block that off, and then we do the L shape this way? Okay, let me try that again, but we block these off, and then I do the L shape this way? Yes. I think. Unless it's connecting me from black to red, in which case I'm vastly confused. Okay, no, I think we're just turning the long way. Or what felt like the long way. Okay. Cool. And there's this. We haven't been down here. It's some... Oh my gosh. Can't do those. Why? I'm assuming that turns the algae a different color, perhaps? Hey, there's an audio log. Tell you what. We'll think about that puzzle next time. We'll listen to this audio log and let that send us off for now, while I wander up the hill.
A poet once said, "The whole universe is in a glass of wine." We will probably never know in what sense he meant that, for poets do not write to be understood. But it is true that if we look at a glass of wine closely enough, we see the entire universe. There are the things of physics, the twisting liquid which evaporates depending on the wind and weather, the reflections in the glass, and our imagination adds the atoms. The glass is a distillation of the Earth's rocks, and in its composition we see the secrets of the universe's age and the evolution of stars. What strange array of chemicals are in the wine? How did they come to be? There are the ferments, the enzymes, the substrates, and the products. There in wine is found the great generalization. All life is fermentation. Nobody can discover the chemistry of wine without discovering, as did Louis Pasteur, the cause of much disease. How vivid is the claret, pressing its existence into the consciousness that watches it. If our small minds, for some convenience, divide this glass of wine, this universe, into parts, physics, biology, geology, astronomy, psychology, and so on, remember that nature does not know it. So let us put it all back together, not forgetting ultimately what it is for. Let it give us one more final pleasure. Drink it and forget it all. Richard Feynman, 1963.
How about that? That is really cool right here. I adore this. That's so fantastic. Okay. That is truly taking its absolute sweet time to rotate, isn't it? Probably because you're meant to interact with some lines. I understand. In any case, this indeed shall be where we leave off for today. Way tougher one today. A bit of a longer video as well. So, if you made it to the end here with me, thank you. I appreciate that. Your company fuels me. I couldn't have done it without you. Because, jeepers, goodness gracious, these tetrominos, I think might be... I mean, I'm sure there's more mechanics to discover, but they are truly... There's something about them that doesn't mesh quite as cleanly in my noggin as every other mechanic that we've discovered thus far. It's very difficult. So, anyway, thank you for sitting with me while I slam my head against them and eventually managed to power through. There were some of them that I literally, like, I had to fight and stop to fight my capture card like 80 times this episode. I don't know. There keeps being like a clicking audio. I will hopefully edit that out so you don't have to deal with it. But I was half grateful for the break to battle my technology, because then I could just be like, okay, hold up. We're not slamming our brain repeatedly into the same tetromino anymore. You know, take breaks, basically, is the memo. Don't force yourself to power through. Anyway, thank you again. And I do hope that you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or what have you. And take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Love you. Deuces.